left.
We had found the lady who was
She was
all
in the
possessed.
She wasn't really possessed.
She was catatonic, spewing smoke from her.
Yeah.
And I walked up and I tried to hit her with a healing potion.
And you got knocked the fuck out.
Huh?
You got knocked the fuck out.
No, I didn't because I'm immune to sleep.
Oh, that's right.
She was going to go to sleep, but she was like, I'm an elf, bitch.
I'm an elf. I was going to try to get rid of that then.
So we had decided that we didn't quite have enough juice to fix this encounter, so I think we were going to go back and kind of like...
Yeah.
We were going to go back.
We need to recharge.
We were going to go back.
Was anybody...
It wasn't necessarily...
damaged?
Not really.
Derek was.
I think Derek was.
Yeah, and he's not here.
So maybe we say he decides to hang back and heal up a little bit,
Yeah.
and we decide to go try
can do
to...
I think our
That makes
return
sense.
trip was to see if the cleric had enough juice to...
help out.
I'm looking to see, I need to find out exactly what needs to be done here too, because you're in sort of an office / library room too.
And I don't think we did any experience last time either, but we can do it at the end of this session.
Well, that's fine.
No, did I not do it last time?
Huh.
I need to do that then.
We're probably not going to be a little...
No, but I don't want to forget and not get the experience for what we did last time. Those pickled punks were disgusting, and I want credit for that.
The pickle babies.
And then the cranium rats that we burned in there.
Were they cranium rats?
Well, they were not quite, but they were a little bit
They were
different.
like mutated
Yeah.
aberrations of some brain.
Those pickled punks.
Rat things.
Those things were
I had to
gross.
roast those. I had to.
They were pretty...
I'm glad I had fire spells left over.
I don't know.
That really worked out.
I know in some adventures, like, saving NPCs is like a good thing that you get experience for, but I just felt like betrayal was going to happen, so I kicked that one down in the hole.
It worked.
She was gonna betray us anyway.
I just felt like there was betrayal coming.
Calculator, that's what I want.
So, I apologize if we lost out on the experience for that, but...
No, 1150 experience. That's how much each one of you should have
Half
for the last week.
on top of the almost 600.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think that puts us at level, does it?
I don't.
1700. I think 1800 is the level, isn't it?
It's 1,050.
2000 next level.
Yeah, because I think we're doing the medium.
Medium?
I think we're doing the medium progression.
I don't
I don't
remember.
have an experience chart on here.
Well, that's what I wrote down was 2000 next level, but
Yeah, so I think
don't know if
that's the
correct.
medium. That sounds right. I usually go with the medium progression.
Yeah. We're at
Yes, 2000 is next.
So we're at 1643? Does that sound right?
1743.
Yeah.
1743?
Sounds right.
I need a pencil.
So yeah, you're in a large office with a lofty library overhead, lots of furniture, desks, bookcases. And I need to make sure.
Was that a cat?
That was a cat.
That was a cat.
Yes.
It was like a meow yawn. We actually left the couch out this time, just daring of us.
Left the what?
Cat's out this time.
They've been better.
Yeah, there was only like one hiss earlier and she hissed at me. So.
Oh,
How
the
does
fat
this
one was
get
staring at me
this
hardcore.
She stares a lot, but
She's a bitch. She's a bitch.
she's pretty bitchy.
All right, so you're in the smoke fine with Dr. Lissandro,
Yes.
and the rest of you guys are just out in the room outside the fog.
Should we try to carry her back?
I don't know if we can actually move her.
I wish it said. It doesn't actually tell me what you need to do to resolve this.
That's awesome.
That's depressing.
So So
We're not
I'm
supposed
sure
to
that
resolve
there's
it then.
anything you can do for her.
You can't even kill her?
What were we supposed to do
Well,
with
I
that
think
orb?
you can kill her.
Does she have a
She's
stat
got-
block?
She's got statistics.
But then what does that do? I mean, what's the,
Yeah.
they give you a, I guess we can't really ask that. 'Cause then
Might
that
put
would
her
be
out of her
total-
misery.
Yeah.
She's clearly suffering. You're not even certain she's entirely alive.
Yeah. It's almost like a vessel of whatever somebody's doing.
Well, I'm not gonna like kill her and then at the end of the adventure be like, oh yeah, you weren't supposed to kill her.
Let me see if it says on the
You know what I mean?
on the actual page about this.
I would rather just remove her from the area. We had a cleric that had like a hollowed ground spell. Like this a holy place.
Sorry, we don't have a.
We don't have a cleric. That's what really does any good, does it? That it's like really high level. It's like 6 or stupid.
Yeah, she definitely can't be moved. And she's not behaving in any way that indicates she might even be alive.
Okay. Well.
Then we leave her.
And there's no reason not to leave her.
Court.
Boom.
We gotta stop the
Put a
smoke.
Put a little rag in there. Dude, stop the smoke.
It's been a while.
I don't know if we could actually. I don't know if that would actually do anything. To be honest.
There's one other door.
I'm not a
from
magic
this
guy.
room.
There's another door in this room?
Yeah, so you came in from the south. There's another door on the south wall down the way.
Well, I guess we want to check that out.
Yeah.
You don't have your shield though.
I don't need a shield. I can sneak now.
Search anything, look for anything, do anything in this room?
Did we not search this
I thought
room when
we
we were
were
originally in
searching
here? I don't remember.
We can search
it
again.
now. We search
First
it
thing
now
we did
for
was-
funsies.
First thing you did was mess with her, and then that was it.
Was it? Okay.
Because we were running short on time.
Yeah.
24 for perception.
Alright, so you are actually at her body. So you find...
Uh-oh.
I find money!
We're just gonna need one more. You found more keys.
More keys.
More
For
keys.
pockets.
Okay.
Who else is searching?
I will search not around the sleepy cloud of sleepiness.
Okay. You've got desks, some drawers, or cases.
That sounds like Mark's area.
Okay.
15.
Alright.
Not great.
You find her desk drawer is locked. Most of the drawers contain papers and writing utensils and things like that, but one of the drawers is locked.
Hey, I have a key!
Cool. Use the key to open the thing.
Let's see if those keys open.
Key. Key. Genie key.
Gave you a key.
Yep, it does. One of the keys on the ring opens the desk drawer.
Cool.
Is there anything upstairs?
Yes, there's lots of books and curios on the bookshelves.
How about a 12?
There's a lot of different books. Give me, what are your knowledge skills?
Arcana?
Nothing fits the arcane. Most of it's, actually a lot of it is some nonfiction, some local history. There is, however, oh, that's interesting.
We like interesting.
There are 3 objects on the shelf by themselves. They look to be probably the most valuable of anything that's on there. One is a brain-shaped sculpted wooden box.
A brain-shaped box?
Brain-shaped box.
That's not weird at all.
Is it locked?
No.
That's why I rolled it.
There are a set of bookends on each side of it that depict screaming and crying figures, all twisted together. And a brass sculpture of
Mental.
It is in the side.
yeah, and a brass pyramid.
A brass pyramid?
A brass pyramid. All of those are from page 34 of
Is anybody want any of that stuff?
SOS, is that what I call it?
Yes.
Yeah, SOS page 34.
I mean, the pyramid sounds kind of cool.
And that's a brain box.
Yep. Brain box,
Bookends.
bookends, and a brass pyramid.
I guess the first session you just called it sanity.
Yeah.
In the desk drawer, you find, it says in addition, okay, so this must be her journal. Double check that this is what I need to give you. I need to give you a handout. Okay. In her desk drawer is a journal. These are the only pages that are interesting.
These are the only pages that are interesting?
Yep. Yeah, the rest of them are, I don't know, writing about her food and...
It's a lot to read.
Oh, good lord.
Have fun.
Is this 3rd day, 4th day, 5th day, 6th day? Okay. So Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Another unexpected call encounter. Lulz.
2 vials of alchemist kindness. How that is.
Are you writing that down?
Yep.
Kindness?
Yep. 2 vials of alchemist kindness. A vial of smelling salts.
Salt.
2 vials of sooth syrup. 4 doses of antitoxin. 2 doses of opium.
Wow.
Nice.
And then, oh goodness, so here's some items that you don't know that they are yet. There is, and this is all from page 35. There are 3 scrolls, a candle, a tin of incense, a talisman, actually make that 2 talismans. Oh, and I'm sorry, make that 3.
3 talismans?
3 talismans. It's like it goes on to describe what they're on. One's on a silver chain, one's on a braided cord if you care.
Okay. I'm not being that specific. I'm just writing like
3 talismans. Yeah.
talisman 3.
I'm like reading it off, I'm like, oh wait, that's a talisman. That's a talisman.
That's a talisman.
That is all that you find in the room that's
Okay.
interesting or valuable looking.
Do either of you magic-y types do scroll things?
I do.
Not really so much on the scroll thing.
I just like to lay the scrolls out on the desk for her to come get.
Yeah, I have that as an ability.
Actually, like, I'll just like lay all the vials out and then ask if anybody does alchemical stuffs. Alchemy.
Herbalist.
I need to see if you would recognize these as a druid.
Yeah, because my
There seems to be a bunch of
professional
alchemy type
scrolls.
stuff to me in here.
So you definitely don't recognize the first one.
How do we see the count's name? Lowls.
I think it's Lowls. I'm not
Lowls?
sure.
Lowls, okay. I keep calling him Lowls in my mind.
He just laughs a lot. And let me see the other one. These might be in your... No. Those are not in... None of the scrolls are recognized.
Do I know what a Xandullus is? Is that a name, maybe?
I believe it is written with a capital letter, hopefully. I didn't botch that too badly. So it does appear to be a proper name.
Okay. But it's not like a god of the realm or anything crazy weird like that. So it's probably a person.
Probably
Okay.
a person, yeah.
Oh, I should have probably just read the next sentence. He claims to have a theoretical solution to the poor man's condition. Probably a patient of some kind.
Does seem to be a patient.
Oh, it's her prized patient.
Her prized patient?
That's what it says.
That's not weird at all.
Yeah, I'm just pointing out the things that come off as kind of weird. The rest of this is just kind of like nouns and verbs that aren't important. Refuse to share what they discussed. But she doubts that the lordly amateur psychologist has truly hit upon anything of worth. Which is why she was sacrificed, because she's arrogant. Regardless, I'd be a fool not to humor her liege. Not at all unexpected. Copy error.
Valhedis is the
The Chain of Knights, a near legendary collection of psycho-arcanum studies and treatments focused on dreaming. Is that some kind of like famous dream?
Anybody has knowledge history or knowledge arcane, even knowledge local.
Arcane? Anybody?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or history or local or
15.
You've heard of it.
Okay.
It's rumored to be a very dangerous book.
Oh, God.
It's a dangerous book.
psycho-arcanum? I can only imagine.
In case you were unclear.
But it was focused on dreaming, so he's trying to dive into people's dreams. Maybe.
Well, we had all those weird dreams and then woke up where
Well,
they were.
or arcane tempering. If there's a permanent solution to nightmares, it would be here. Allowed me to study the text for a duration of his visit, but staunchly refused to leave it in my possession.
With the cats.
I don't get that. I think it's just the pressure of the air.
I think it is too.
Feel free to continue to read that if either of you want to. It's made me an offer. His copy of the Chain of Knights. All I must do in return is accept a handful of new patients. Former associates of his. Well, that sounds terrible. They have suffered some unprecedented manner of group amnesia. I thought, isn't she a doctor? Isn't she supposed to be smart? I might accept this as charity on the count's behalf. They insist that I keep no record of their committal. Right? Like, just let's make all the bad decisions.
Yeah.
The terms may be suspicious, but I can learn more from these curious strangers once they're in my care. If it means possibility of a cure for Duder and the others, I welcome the bargain. And then she says, the chain is a marvel. It's so wonderful. It will take years to study and unravel all its possibilities, but I've discovered a process by which chronic dreams might be drawn forth and disposed of. It's like so much psychic gristle. Tomorrow our experiment begins. Oh!
So are we?
So Zendalus's dream nightmares are what's happening. If not some other people's, but definitely his, because he's the prized patient. So she pulled his dreams out so she could unravel them.
And now she's catatonic, choking on her own tongue.
Well,
Oh, you shut your face.
sounds like it.
Hi, Bella. What you doing?
Yeah, that's really cool. Sweet. You can hand those back over. That's cool. I need to read them.
Or you can hold on to them.
I mean, do I need to hold on to them or?
We can reference them anytime we need.
Okay. I figured it better over there at him who's responsible as opposed to careless water dropping me.
Or
They're very nicely done, so I didn't want to wreck them. That's the problem. I don't know if you actually wrote that or
I
you
did.
printed
yeah,
it
it
off.
looked like you did.
But it's really nice, and I was like, I was worried about touching it and getting too much
Oh, yeah. No, I
tanned and gross on them.
can't do
Yeah.
Alright.
Yes.
So at least we have an idea of what's going on here.
So we've extracted the most horrible dreams from a psychotic patient.
Nice. That sounds fun.
Is that where we ended up?
Which I'm assuming is what brought all of this out of, or at least what's here. I'm guessing it happened like in the middle of the night when we were all like napping nicely,
Maybe.
because we don't have any recollection.
Right.
So I guess we were
Either that,
Yeah.
or the other alternative is that we are the curious strangers
I
that the
think we
count
are.
brought
I think we are.
first to be played with.
Maybe.
I think so.
Curious case of group amnesia.
Yeah,
Kind of sounds
Sounds familiar.
awfully familiar.
sounds familiar.
Okay. So do we want to go through this
See,
other door?
my first thought was like we were here before that happened, but then, after I got to reading, I was like, well, two things could have happened here. Either we could have like literally we could have been the group, or whatever this is could have caused across the board amnesia, because the other folks don't seem to know much about what the fuck happened
No.
either. So,
Okay. Well,
but I'm guessing we're all
Does-
leaning on the obvious.
It does become difficult to separate dream from reality and know what the hell's going on.
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
And you guys, if you were this group, Lowls who had the Chain of Night sent you there, which means your amnesia could still be connected from before you even came here,
Yeah.
if that's the case.
Yeah. So maybe we sought lulls out because he is an amateur type person, but he's also a count
Yep.
to maybe fix our noggins.
Sounds about
And then
right.
he knows this gal who's an actual doctor.
could be. I don't know.
Seems logical.
I mean, just drawing the line straight. That's where you go. But, I mean, there's always an interesting twist.
Sounds about right.
Things are never straightforward.
All right. See, we have that other door if you want to.
Oh, never mind. I was gonna say, did you identify the scrolls, but
No, I didn't know either one of them.
either one of the three?
Nope.
You did not know any of them?
Not recognizable to the druid.
So they're more than likely arcane then?
Possibly. Or not on the druid spell list, which is fairly limited.
That's true. Interesting. Did you want any of this other stuff?
We can divide it up later if we want to.
Well, I mean, it's neither here nor there. None of this is terribly appealing to me. The candle and the 10 incense and the talismans, like you arcana / divine folks can maybe look them over. Because he gave me a list of things and then he was like, and then here's the interesting stuff.
Yeah.
Because that's how it was.
Well, I feel like we should put it all in a pile along with the brain box and the bookends and all that stuff, and somebody should detect magic on it. Looking at Brad, but I can do it the next day whenever I learn new spells.
Do you have a
Or I could do it right now.
slot
Yeah,
free
that's
to
what
do
I'm
that?
saying.
So maybe we'll bring all the
think
stuff down on his
it's a
desk and
zero
let
level
him.
spell, right? Yeah, detect magic with your level. Yeah, I can do that at
Yeah, like
whenever.
you don't have detect magic at a 0 level.
I
think
have
she has to
to memorize spells per day.
Even your zeros.
3.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, there's a
I thought they changed that 5th edition. 5th edition spellcasting's way cooler. Also, dex to damage
So Brad,
is a
So-
thing.
does it glow?
Baseline.
Does anything
Yes.
glow?
Awesome.
The talismans,
Those things glow.
the tin,
The tin glows.
the candle.
Candle glows.
And I don't know, do scrolls of magical spells glow?
The
Scroll is technically not magical.
yes, because the writing in its
Is magical.
essence is magical.
Okay, so the scroll.
Because
They have to-
read magic.
Yeah.
Remember old traditional read magic? And
Yeah.
it was read write magic? Like you have to be able to read and write it. Thus the stuff that you put on the paper isn't in.
So the scrolls.
Okay.
Okay.
So all the
What
stuff
about
that
the
I
brain
thought
box
was
and the,
Yeah.
nope, none of
okay.
that is?
But it's valuable stuff.
They do appear to be valuable,
Okay.
especially to somebody who's used to borrowing things of value.
I do not know who you're talking about.
We're not talking about a rogue at all.
I don't play that kind of rogue, thank you.
Okay.
Did anybody write that stuff down?
What stuff?
The brain box?
Yeah, I
and
wrote
the-
that.
Did we open the brain box to see if there was anything in the brain?
I thought we did. I thought
Was
we
it
did.
just-
No, somebody just asked if it was locked. Nobody opened it.
Oh,
Yeah, I asked if it was locked, but I didn't know that.
well, you had it. Are you gonna open it?
Was it locked?
No, it's not locked.
Am I in here?
Because he kind of jumped over me after I was...
I'm
Oh.
greedy. I mean,
Is there anything in it?
There is not, actually.
Oh.
okay.
Well, then
Appears to
all
be some
that-
sort of heirloom or decorative box. Not very big on the inside. It couldn't be used to store much, if anything.
Okay. Or
Was
just-
the
like a
talisman
brain.
fit in there?
One of them probably.
Okay. Well, like it's kind of an idea. Unless
The
the
size.
talismans are like, yeah,
No.
I don't know. Okay. Interesting. Would a key fit in there?
Yeah, you can put a key in it.
Be a convenient hiding place for a key when you're not, when you don't want to carry it around and have your patients get a hold of it,
Yeah,
and it's kind of up and out of it.
true.
I'm making all kinds of excuses.
Okay,
Okay, cool.
the door.
So I guess I'll sneaky over the door once we're ready to leave the room.
Okay. You open that door to the south and it opens onto, you're at the end of a hallway that travels to your left. And it's relatively empty except for there's some smashed remnants of lanterns on the ground. 6 doors branch off from here, including the one you're standing in. There's 2 on either side down the hall, and then 1 at the very end.
Smashed lanterns.
To left, right, one on the end.
Yeah. Is there a film or fluid on the ground?
I don't think so.
Like lamp oil, there's some lamp oil all over the ground.
So I'd hate to get in the middle of this hallway and somebody pop out and throw a torch at the ground and
I would
In the
also
middle of
not
a
like that.
firestorm.
I do not want to become barbecue.
Does not appear to be any spillage of substantial size. There's a little bit of droplets of oil on the wood floor, but nothing.
Okay.
and nothing's like scorched, so just kind of dry it up after it smashed. Okay. Then I will proceed to the first left door.
Okay.
As if I were trying to be very, very quiet and not step on glass.
Okay.
All right, so the first one to the left. The door opens into the room. If you were to push it open.
Is it like a handle? Push door?
Yeah. Oh, the handle.
It's a
Yeah.
handle? A knob, I should say.
Well, yeah.
I'm just gonna listen first.
Okay.
Is there like sobbing behind it, or you know,
The sound of pickled pumps.
squeeze of rats? We've heard all kinds of things.
I do think you hear some sounds. Let me see if I can. You do hear, and it's not very hard to discern. As soon as you get close to the door, you hear the sounds of furniture crashing behind the door.
I wouldn't imagine you'd have to be close for that. We should probably be able to hear that.
And then when you get closer, you hear somebody is talking in an authoritative tone.
I will open the door like an inch or so to like see if the air, like it will bring better sound, but
Okay.
hopefully not far enough that someone notices.
Yeah, sound becomes a little more clear. It sounds like somebody's teaching a class.
What? That's not odd at
Somebody's
all.
reciting something. And it sounds almost like a teacher talking to students, just the tone of voice and the cadence.
Interesting.
Or chanting some variety of a ritual.
Well, I suppose it could be.
Is it lit in there?
I think so, yeah. I think there's some light. Yeah, there would have to be.
There would have to be. But all the lamps are outside or crushed, so it's obviously dark in the hallway. So, and this is a creepy place, right? Door's open for no reason whatsoever. So let's just step to the side that the door opens and just like press it open and then just like
Okay.
see if anyone stops talking.
Pretend like the door just came open.
Yeah, like, you know, a ghost open or the breeze or...
Sound doesn't stop. No.
Okay. You know what a turkey peak is?
No, not necessarily.
It's the... How you very quickly look around the corner, like while exposing as little of your face as possible.
Okay.
Like a half.
It's so you don't get shot in the face when you look around the corner.
Right. Okay.
They call it a turkey peek in the Marine Corps.
Alright. So in the room, you see there are lots of racks cluttering the room with boxes and sprawling collections of haphazard junk. It seems to be a storage room. Some of the racks are knocked over. Some of the furniture is broken. They seem to be Some of them seem to be lockers and storage bins, maybe for like personal effects. And in the room, there are two people. One of them is digging through one of the bins on the far side of the room. The other one appears to be, let me see if I can get this description exactly right. One of them appears to be tutoring a class of mismatched dolls who are all stacked up in a row on one of the
That's crazy.
cabinets.
That's back crazy.
Everybody's crazy.
So these are either changelings doing a really good job of being convincing, or these are patients.
They are dressed in ratty clothing that's definitely seen better days, covered in filth, matted hair. They don't look like they're in very good shape.
I motion. I do this.
Okay, so I come over.
And just point to the room.
Wow, what do you want to do? Should we disturb them or not?
I don't know if we should.
Can I like make a long enough step to grab the door handle as quietly as possible and close the door?
No.
No.
Unfortunately, you stumble on something as you step into the room and reach for the door, and you make a sound, which both of them hear and turn towards you.
Just go woody boo!
I guess I made up our mind.
Yeah, I guess so.
They both appear to be normal humans, and they
appear
are
to be.
armed with.
They're armed?
They are. They both pick up.
A chair leg or something.
Oddly enough, yeah. One of them seems to be wielding a broken chair leg. The other one is wielding a metal bar,
Nice.
similar to what you would use to open a crate, like a crowbar.
Okay.
And they are coming your way.
Hey, Brett,
Flare,
I'm not sure what.
close your eyes.
I don't have flare.
she does.
They are definitely far enough away that you could all take an action. It's going to take them at least a round to get to you.
Are you okay?
Yeah,
Sit
freak out.
down.
Cat came up, like rubbed against my leg as I was trying to scratch it. And I'm like,
I thought you were gonna pet her.
no.
Alright, so you cast Flare, which they need to, let's see, that was a Fortitude save.
Fortitude save.
And what was the DC again?
And plus your spell level plus your casting modifier.
What was it again?
Is it 10 plus your spell level plus your casting modifier?
Yeah, so 10 plus 1 plus your Wisdom
Well,
mod.
it's 10 plus 0.
Oh, 10 plus 0 plus your Wisdom mod.
Should be like 3 or
3. Oh, I have it written on here.
2. So 13?
Yes, 13.
Alright. So you get the spell off. One of them backs up, waving a hand in front of her face. The other one doesn't appear affected and is continuing to approach.
Okay, so one of them's dazzled for 1 minute.
Bedazzled lady. What do you want to do, Brett?
I don't even know if I've got any spells left over. I think I used most of them last time.
Get 0 levels, right? Zero levels do anything? Crossbow? That's the thing, yeah.
I take the light crossbow, yeah. I
forgot
guess
to do
I
that.
level one out and
The
Fire.
non-dazzled one.
Yeah, you firing at the one covering her face or the one approaching?
one approaching.
Okay.
22.
Yes, you hit. Pretty solid hit. Give me a damage roll.
4 damage.
Crossbow bolt to the shoulder.
I mean, I'm just, like, after those 2 acts, I intentionally wait for them to do their thing. And
Okay.
then I just
Hold your action.
jump into the way of the person.
Okay.
Bogey.
All right.
If I can
Go
get
ahead and
close
give me
enough.
an initiative roll if you're going to approach.
Sure. That's a 7.
Okay.
Plus 3, that's a 10.
All right. So everybody else go ahead and give me initiative rolls too.
Probably should have used your dice.
18.
21.
Okay. So you have the initiative on them, so go ahead.
Really? Well, I just poke him.
Okay.
I know, it almost was. I saw it.
That's a 15.
That hits.
Sweet. For 3.
Okay.
I'm so strong.
Strong.
All right, Shayra, you have the initiative this round.
Like, what are they? Are they still hostile towards us?
The one is hostile toward him. The
Okay.
other one is dazzled and isn't doing much, but trying to swat the fireflies out of her eyes.
If they're patients, I'm not sure. I just want to kill them.
I mean,
Well, my
What?
I was gonna beat him down until he was.
Well, that's what I was thinking. Do I just shield bash? Can I? Is that something I can do? Just hit them with my
Go for
shield?
non-lethal damage.
Okay.
Absolutely.
What would be the
Same.
attack? Just my proficiency bonus? The
Everything's
shield?
the
You
same.
just need to declare that you're.
The shield bash is the same as a melee attack. The damage is 1d6 plus your strength.
Okay, I'll do that.
And yeah, you just need to tell me you're using non-lethal. I record it differently.
She's feeling it off.
Yeah, 6.
6 to hit?
Yeah.
Yeah, that missed.
Yeah, okay.
All right, Cyrcen, you also have initiative.
I did not roll well for initiative.
non-lethal dart. By non-lethal, I mean totally lethal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if I roll a 1, do I have to roll to make sure that the...
Oh, God.
You're throwing a dart
No, it's a
He's shooting
crossbow bolt.
crossbow.
At which one?
The one
Hostile
that's
one.
not dazzled.
Okay, so it's a, yeah, I'm gonna need you to give me a dex check.
Because it's going to hit. Could potentially hit either one of us.
That's a 2.
Wow.
Okay,
We're TPK each other.
I wonder if this, well, I mean, the string could break too.
over under.
Over. I like being on top.
Yeah.
Give me a damage roll.
Here it comes, max damage.
I don't have to track that.
5.
Okay, Shayra, splitting pain strikes you in the side. Crossbow bolt appears.
Is this about the mushrooms?
Yes, it was.
Crossbow
Totally
bolt
was.
appears in your shoulder.
You see where I go?
Like motherfucker. Hurts so bad.
Pull the trigger.
You jumped in my... Dude, running right for us!
So you're the only party member that has yet to hit me, so...
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
that's true.
because I mostly just ran away.
That's true. Also true. All right, the one is dazzled, can't see.
It's okay. We're gonna kill each other before
Yeah.
the dazzle. So it's fine.
Let me see which one is. So I need to figure out which one has the crowbar, which one has the metal block.
Because one's going to hurt a lot more.
Yeah. Alright, so I know which one's which.
And may have multiple uses.
The one you guys are fighting is wielding the metal bar.
Of course he is.
I need to see who he's attacking. She's the same. Okay. Attacking Gravin. And that's definitely a hit. Hit you with the crowbar pretty hard.
Oh no.
Well, not that hard, I guess, actually. No, not that hard.
Oh, okay.
Grazes you with the crowbar. It hurts, but it's not like it could have been worse. Alright, Shayra. You have the initiative this round. You have a crossbow bolt in your shoulder.
I do.
Your buddy just got hit by a crowbar.
Gonna try and use the shield again.
Shield bash, alright.
14?
You are flanking, so yes, that's a hit.
Seven.
That is a pretty substantial hit. Alright.
It's called adrenaline. I just got shot.
He staggers back.
Well, I imagine I would push him back.
What's that?
Wouldn't
Well,
if you hit him with the shield.
mechanically it doesn't do that, but yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, not like a 5-foot step. You hit him really hard.
Okay.
You smash somebody with a shield, they're gonna stumble back.
Yeah.
You're up.
The same one.
Did you
Roll.
roll
I
one?
just rolled one.
So,
Just rolled another one.
give me a percentage check this time.
The D20 way.
Yeah, you do.
57.
Okay, your crossbow does not damage itself. Give me a dex check.
That's not you.
That it doesn't damage itself.
Yes.
That's a whoo.
No.
No.
That means you shot someone else.
Maybe.
18.
Okay. You had the wherewithal to pull your shot when you realized your aim was off and not shoot your buddies. You got in the way again.
How about I turn around? Hey, how about you stop shooting that shit while we're trying to take care of business?
You
think?
you want me to throw spells?
Yes.
Some of those are worse.
Yes. I'm okay with it.
You're okay with it.
Yeah. You're up.
It's my turn.
It's your turn. What a friend, you just got bashed.
I'm just done. I'm done.
Stabby,
Oh
stabby.
yeah.
Alright. Stabby, stabby.
That's a 3 on the main hand,
Okay.
I'm gonna need that dart back too.
and a 14 on the off hand.
you'll get it back.
The 14 does not hit.
Dang it.
1 minute. God, that spell is OP. That spell is insane.
Pretty good.
I think that's a miss. That
There really aren't
time.
very many good 0-level druid spells. I mean, there's a couple of them that.
I mean, the 0 spells are not supposed to be good.
Well, this one probably is one of the better ones.
Yeah, acid splash. 1d3 damage.
I gotta look at your armor class, but I think that missed. Yes, that missed. Alright, Shayra, you're up again.
Hey, you finish this guy off?
I'm gonna
Because I
try.
barely can't do it. So.
Neither can I.
You finish
15.
Shayra off. That's a hit.
Oh. I don't know what you're trying to say here.
4.
4. Alright. That's enough.
Look at that druid put out that damage.
Yeah, no shit. What did you guys do?
You knock him down. He's out cold.
Good. That's what I wanted.
On the ground. Eyes closed out. Still
Can
breathing.
we grapple the dazzled one? Is there something that, like a chair or anything that we can,
Oh, yes, furniture all over the place.
like, is there a rope or something where we can tie them up or?
You guys have rope, right?
I think so. Yes, I do.
You know,
Yes.
there's a weapon called a sack. Totally should have brought one of those.
Yeah.
Well, you can make one.
I could just
Chair
smack her up, side of the back of the head. And,
Sure.
okay. Shield. Boom. Back of the head.
Yeah, technically coup de grace.
Non-lethal coup de grace.
Yeah, I mean, it's... Just give me a damage roll. Let's see how hard you hit her. If you hit her hard enough.
5.
That's hard enough. You knock them both out?
So we drag this back to the priest, right?
Yeah, I guess.
Well, what's your strength?
14.
What's your strength?
13.
You guys are carrying.
I can't carry shit.
I have 11 strength.
I can drag.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Also, I think that was a Fight Club reference.
Why don't we just tie him up in here and go to check out these other rooms? We could always come back and go get them and bring them.
Because what if the rats come and they find out?
That's true. Okay.
He says in his most humanitarian voice possible.
Okay.
Alright. So you're going to tie them up and leave them here?
No. Apparently we're dragging them back.
Oh, dragging them back. Okay. Sounds like it's going to fall apart.
Oh no.
No, the binding is not, it's just blue. Huh.
Fluid binding is the worst.
Yeah, it's a square, it's not fold over and stapled like the old modules. It's just sort of fall.
Hold over staples the way to go.
Yeah.
Trigger thin.
I agree. Alright, so you drag them all the way back to the priest.
Yep.
And you get back to where everybody's holed up.
Sure.
So I suppose we tell the priest that these people seem as if they're patients, but I mean, keep an eye on them.
I think they are. Let me double check that before I
They
tell you
might
what the
recognize them.
response is.
Yeah, if anybody,
We also need to explain the doctor and what state we found her in.
yeah, I was gonna get to that.
And maybe show her the paper.
Yeah, I was gonna get to that.
Okay.
Yeah, I think these are all. I think these are patients.
Okay.
Well, I mean, I
Command them to your care.
continue with the warning that these may be patients. They seem like patients to us, and
They were acting crazy.
But feel free. Yeah, they were acting crazy when we found them. But I mean, as per always, keep an eye on them. Maybe gather up some sock puppets and let the one teach a class or something.
I thought like this. Is there anything creepier other than maybe the babies in the jars? And somebody sitting there teaching class to a bunch of dolls. Yeah, it doesn't say, but I do think that they are patients.
Okay.
Former patients.
And then I guess I give her the journal. And tell her to.
Is it time for you to eat
I
that
think
pet?
there's enough evidence in there to show you what's going on.
She gives it a look over. I'm trying to remember. She came here. She said she came here. Was she hired by Wallace?
She came after the fact.
That's right. I'm trying to remember her connection. They had some sort of connection to. They were here to investigate. Was it Wallace?
Strange currencies.
Should I have the? Here we go.
At this point, I'm not even sure she was here investigating.
Yeah. There was an accuser, Briarstone Asylum Hospital. Associates and I were helping a royal accuser investigate strangeness in Thrushmore. Okay, so Thrushmore, which it probably won't be called Thrushmore when we get there because it's specific to my campaign. But anyway, Thrushmore, I believe, is where Lulz is from.
It was like the count or Duchess or whatever.
Right. Yeah,
Wolves.
he is the Duchess of Walls.
Duchess of Walls?
He's
Wait, wouldn't that be a female?
He wears dresses.
He's a
just a
count.
dude. He wears dresses.
he identifies as female. He is the Duchess of Walls, right?
Yeah. But yeah, she was there.
This seems to be important.
Yeah.
This could probably help us when we get out of this place.
Yeah, that was the whole point, I think. Plus, it kind of hints at some of the things that are going on here. Said book obviously wasn't there when we found
It's time to eat.
the doctor,
They are circling.
and the good doctor
Sharks.
seems to have gotten herself caught up in some variety of ritual that has left her not quite dead, but not quite alive.
Unusual. But this might explain some of that.
Although caught in a dream state may sometimes present as that in between.
Well,
As I just like bullshit that out because I don't really know.
it could have something to do with, oh yeah, they are definitely, okay, here it is. Those are definitely patients. And she says they're fanatically devoted to another patient named Oliver Xandalis.
So Oliver's his first name,
Yes.
and Xandalis is the prize patient. And of course the doctor would use his last name.
Yeah.
So they are loyal to the prize patient?
Seems like it.
Okay. Well, maybe we can ask them where he is. When they wake up after I knock them out.
Yeah. We can wait a little bit here.
Okay.
It's fine. Some of us are down hit points.
Yeah.
I am, as I pull across the boat.
Oh, hey, I need that back.
Little bandaging going on.
Yeah.
He wants his crossbow bolt back.
I can mend that shirt.
So can I. Need your help.
I don't know, did you have it memorized?
I did.
Why do you guys mend the lanterns back together, you jackasses? Jeez.
I can
There for
try
25
to
minutes. Mending lanterns back together.
bandage myself and heal. Can I roll a heal check?
Yes.
Nice.
No.
That's a 4.
7.
Yeah, you're having a hard time. You can't really see it.
It's hard to
And
reach.
yeah, your skills are a little out of whack.
And yes, the
On
priest
yourself.
actually
That's what I was going to do, was ask for
to maybe put that bandage on for you. You seem to be struggling.
Yeah, I'll ask the priest if she can help
Okay.
you.
I'm not sure about medicine, otherwise I'd help.
They all tend to you. What little bit of food they can spare, tending to wounds, giving you a little time to rest and water.
We just got our ass kicked by one dude. Because someone decided to shoot part of us.
Hey, at least I kicked some ass.
Yeah. Right?
Sorry, I think
I
I'm the one
hit.
who did all that.
I kicked some, at least I was hitting.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay. Well,
And then there's absolutely no reason for us not to go back to that room.
It's true.
So you wait for the patients to come to.
Mm-hmm.
The one that you knocked out second comes to first
okay.
because their wounds were less severe.
Yes.
The other one you beat
A couple
to
of
a
times.
pulp.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And got stabbed.
Yeah, and got stabbed.
And hit with a bolt.
Yep.
Yeah.
So yeah, the second one comes to first, and sitting there tied up, looking very frantically like how they get out of there.
You're safe?
Dublin safe.
Why would you say that?
Cause he's here.
Who's here?
He is here.
What's he look like? He looks like everybody.
Looks like everybody. He comes in the night and gets you all.
Yeah.
So,
Not all.
why? Why is he here to get everybody? What's he here?
Because we are all belong to the Tatterman now.
We belong to the Tattered Man. I'm assuming he's the guy with the yellow mist.
Oh, he's everywhere.
He's everywhere. What about your friend, what's his name?
Oliver?
Oliver. Older.
Yeah. No, it's... You say
Older.
last? Oliver.
You talking about Xamot?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Xamot.
So
Sorry.
that guy?
Nothing.
Is he the one we're looking for?
Nope.
No?
Don't know anything about Elber.
Don't know anything.
Is
You wouldn't be
Oliver...
lying to me, would you?
Is Oliver the tattered man?
No.
Since
Don't know anything about Elber.
motive?
Oh, he's lying. She's lying to you too.
Yeah.
So he's the tattered man.
How about you tell me about him?
Nope. We're not talking about Oliver.
Was this the one with the dolls, or was this the one with the rummage?
The woman was the one with the dolls, yes.
Do we have anything around here? Any dolls or anything around here? Like, could I find something with some kind of clothes?
There's in some of the supplies there are some children's toys.
I'm gonna go get those.
Okay.
What about the dolls? Would you tell the dolls about Oliver? What if I leave them here and I'll just step
He'll
out?
send the tattered man. I can't.
So
Well, you're here among us. The Tattered Man's not coming here.
He goes everywhere.
Not here.
As soon as you close your eyes.
I don't
he'll be there.
plan on closing my eyes.
Oh.
You can't talk
Wait.
about Oliver.
Oh, that guy. The one with the dreams.
Yes,
Yeah.
the one from session 1.
Mm-hmm.
That's what.
It hits really hard.
Yeah, it's
Like really hard. Which is why he gets everyone.
You got any persuasion over there, sir? Rogue?
Persuasion? Is that a skill? Or is diplomacy that skill?
Diplomacy. Should be.
Yeah, I didn't take diplomacy. I took bluff? See, I thought I was being a rogue.
You know you
So, diplomacy was not on the list.
No.
I mean, it's on the list, but it's not on my
It's not on your list.
Yeah.
What about you?
I mean, I've got intimidate. I mean, not trained in it, but
You could try it.
I could default diplomacy, or based off charisma, but
I've
he has
got
better
bluff.
charisma than I do.
yeah. I mean, I could bluff. I'll try to bluff. I don't know.
Tell a story.
What would work?
She's
Tell her you already talked to
She's
Oliver.
whispering to the dolls.
Huh?
She's whispering to the dolls and listening.
She has dolls? Where's she dolls?
I brought dolls.
Oh, you brought dolls.
Why did you do that?
It'll hurt. I know they can't.
That's
His jaw is clamping down really hard.
The dolls think you should talk.
You can see her jaw moving back and forth, clamping down really hard.
She's biting her tongue.
Yeah.
She don't bite her tongue off.
I'm okay with that.
Can you open it?
Give me a strength check.
Oh gosh. 8. That's not good.
No, you're not able to stop her.
You need a lizard man here for this.
Smack!
You smack her, and a spray of blood flies out of her mouth,
Along with a piece of tongue.
along with a piece of tongue.
Can I mend it?
No.
No.
Damn.
Inanimate objects. This is more of a regeneration thing.
Yeah.
You'd have to do like a regeneration.
And she is
And cure.
laughing and gurgling.
Cure wounds or nothing will.
Would seal the wound. That's about it.
Yeah. I mean, I'll seal the wound. There are other ways to communicate.
That's fanaticism. Said that's fanaticism.
I never said my character was.
No.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Can't really bluff any kind of awesomeness because I just have a name. And then he's like the leader of the patients. And apparently he controls the Taran'eles.
Or he is the Taran'eles.
Well, I think that she said the Taran'eles comes when you close your eyes.
Go to
When you
sleep.
dream.
But she also said she.
The Taran'eles Freddy Krueger.
Or Slenderman.
And it's Freddy Krueger because he comes in your dreams.
That's just my predictions.
Not that kind of comes.
What are the talismans? Can the cleric identify the talismans?
Good question.
Let me see if she has that ability. Should tell me what's.
Are there any other purveyors of magic here? Other than the three of you?
Oh, there's that. It's back here. Let me see what she has available. There are no other spellcasters in this group.
Shocking.
Are we planning on resting here for the night?
We probably should.
We should, so you can get more spells.
You need to get your spells
I need
back.
some more spells.
You need some hit points back.
I do. Thanks, lab.
Maybe we could rearrange these spells to be a little more.
You need
She does
spells
not have any sort of
back. Do you guys
identification
get some
spell.
different spells?
I mean, I have it identified, but
You don't have it. You already used
I
your.
used my 3-1
Yeah.
first levels.
Yeah. She doesn't have any skills?
Not
No.
No, the talismans?
Nope.
Okay. What would we need to know to decipher the talismans?
You would need an identify spell.
I have it identified.
I know, but like the talismans themselves are shaped religiously?
I don't think so.
Or are they just like,
I don't know if you can tell the difference between divine and arcane magic by.
Yeah, not by how they're
detecting
constructed. No.
not that I'm trying to suss out what they are based on what they look like, but I was just wondering if maybe like one's a magical symbol of the god of doom.
No, they're not. They're not specific to any sort of
Okay.
faction or
Okay.
faith. Ooh, excuse me.
Would they get any use out of any of this stuff here that we found?
She could probably use the sooth syrup, the smelling salts, the opium.
Are we against doing that stuff to her
No,
for the good of the folks here?
no, I don't think so. I'm not.
So smelling, okay, I'll just cross those off and we can give those to her.
Some of it I'm not sure what it does.
What alchemist kindness is?
Yeah, outside of the advanced player guide, which I think I brought. But it's going to be dandy online SRD.
You have an advanced player's guide?
What's that?
So you have an advanced player's guide?
I have it at home, yeah.
Is it one of them?
It's a family.
No.
She's laying on her back.
Is she?
Yeah, she was doing it over here earlier.
You can do it, she'll freak out.
Alchemist kindness.
Bella freaked herself out because it was yesterday morning. She accidentally turned on one of the Roombas. And then she ran and you heard her head
Wait, it's
thump
not
into
that.
the...
Alchemist kindness is in the player's guide and
She
the ultimate
thumped her head
equipment.
on the door when she ran in the bed and woke Marcus up.
Yeah, this is ultimate equipment. Oh, advanced
Crystal.
player's guide too.
Yeah, it's a powder resembles salt mixed with water. It fizzes into a cocktail that eliminates the effect of a hangover for 10 minutes after drinking it.
Nice!
It's Alka-Seltzer.
It's Alka-Seltzer.
Okay.
It's Alka-Seltzer.
Well, hey, do you have any hard drinkers in the party?
We do not really.
Did she get scared?
No, because she saw what it was.
We throw water bottles at them a lot.
It's not a cucumber. Have you done a cucumber?
No,
God, that's
The thing is, you just will set it there. You don't have to do anything with it. You just set it there next to it.
Because I think it's a snake.
Yeah,
It's like,
Tricks
flip
her.
out.
amazing.
Would a zucchini work as well?
Yes.
Anything green
Anything
and
that's
long.
that shape.
Green and long.
Oh, I should have brought the gardener snake from outside in.
No!
Freak the cats out. I must have a mistake coming home from lunch one day.
Nice.
It was like slithering across our yard.
Just a little garter snake.
Yeah, it was about that big.
Huh.
Little guy.
Yeah. Yeah, they're not too uncommon around here.
No. It's the first one I've seen since I moved in. So, but
Who are you?
they're not out of the realm of possibilities.
Yeah.
It wasn't like a rattlesnake or anything stupid,
Yeah.
so
Yeah, we saw.
which is less common here, but cottonmouth isn't.
Yeah, we saw 4 or 5 cottonmouths at Bear Marsh fishing the other day. One of them pretty good size.
Oh, really?
Swimming in the water, yeah. He was
That's
easily-
terrifying.
Cuba had a diamondback slithering around out there. Or not Cuba, Nematoc. It's been decades, but yeah,
Well, I mean, they're not unheard of. They're just rare.
very rare.
We have murder eliminated them
Yeah,
from most of the areas that you'd be in. Black snakes are still pretty common though.
yeah.
I just idiots looking at whole things. So yeah, so we'll give them the salts, the syrup, and the opiums to use to their own life. Well, we're gonna come back and everyone's gonna be high.
It's only 2 doses. Maybe the cleric and the medic.
Right? The people that don't need to be taking it.
Why aren't we keeping the opium?
Because there are people here that need help. Actual, they use it as a medicine type thing.
Don't pour the opium.
I need help.
You don't need help.
Yeah, that's what we need. A sorcerer who's high.
Don't have sword.
He's
Hey.
already shooting
Gandalf.
his teammates.
Yeah, I didn't smoke opium.
Yeah,
No, he smoked pot.
Yes.
the weed. The Shire weed.
They're smoking the weed. Okay.
Just because you were a huge stoner in college doesn't mean you have to make fun of people that aren't huge stoners in college.
Yeah.
Just wait for it. That's all.
I'd argue that point.
Huh?
I will argue against that point. So yeah, I didn't really feel like talking to this other dude because he's probably going to do the same thing she did.
No, we'll talk to him too. I'll talk to him.
Because that worked out so well the first time.
All right, you talk to that guy.
You guys do whatever the heck you want.
I'm going to run around here and assist these folks in the capacity of if I need to like make soup or whatever again,
Okay.
I can do
I
that.
appreciate the help.
And then take time to rest and relax before we mosey on back out there.
The other one is much more out of it when he comes around.
Yeah, because he's.
Barely knows where he is.
Yeah.
So identify the talismans.
How many items does Identify give you?
1 per identify.
You just go burn all your first level spells.
Apparently,
Alright.
I
Okay.
just need another 8-hour rest.
Hey, you can take a couple days break here if you need to. So the
If
first
we're doing
one.
that, I'm making scrolls.
The first one is a greater talisman of beneficial winds.
Greater benefit winds, like air winds.
Beneficial winds, yeah.
Okay.
The second one is a lesser talisman of healing power.
Lesser healing power.
And the third is lesser talisman of warrior's courage. And those are all from the OA book.
Warrior's courage. Does any of those sound like something you guys want?
What were they again?
Beneficial winds, healing power,
Healing power.
warrior's courage.
If you don't want them, I'll take them.
Well, you can only wear one.
I want the healing one.
Okay.
What is it
Oh,
called?
It's out of the what book? Lesser healing power?
Lesser healing power, lesser warrior's courage,
Yeah.
and greater beneficial winds.
Scroll down. These talismans are inscribed with the names and symbols of spirits and other figures associated with healing. The first time the wearer is reduced to fewer than half their maximum hit points, they automatically heal 48 plus 7.
Jeez.
Oh, I need that if my allies are going to
The
continue to hit me.
first time?
The first time
What
the
happens
wearer-
after that? Is it done?
It does not say. I'm just on the website, I'm not actually in a book.
Yeah.
And then beneficial.
What was it? How did it heal? How many?
40s.
48 plus 7.
That is a huge.
Cure critical wounds.
That is a cure critical. Jeez.
I think it's a one-time.
I think they're one-time use talismans.
No.
The first time that the wearer would gain the frightened or panic condition, he gains the shaken condition instead. That's warrior's courage.
Yeah, because beneficial winds is only 50 gold. Warrior's courage is only 450. And then healing power is only.
Here's the
2400.
description. A lesser talisman, only enough magical energy to protect its wearer once, after which it crumbles to dust.
Mhm.
The greater talisman, of course it doesn't say.
There's beneficial winds.
Oh, I'm looking at the lesser talisman entry.
Protect the wearer against long falls. First time the wearer falls, at least by feet, is automatically affected by feather fall.
Nope, that's not what I wanted. Greater talismans. The greater talisman is actually worth 500. Greater talisman functions at the lesser, the same type, but has much greater longevity. It provides its benefits once per day. So the beneficial winds is once per day. The other two are once.
Yep.
Okay.
So, yeah. I mean, you can have it. I don't. It's neither here nor there, but like, it's kind of silly to use at this point.
Oh
yeah, I wasn't going to wear it right now.
You're gonna like overheal yourself in the very first combat after being damaged once,
Yeah.
kind of thing.
Yeah, it's definitely a higher level.
So feel free to put it on your person,
Yeah, but
and
I'm
I'll
not going to
just
wear it.
scratch that off
Okay.
of my
What
record
does the
sheet.
beneficial winds do?
Featherfall.
Oh, that's actually really
Permanent
good.
featherfall after falling 5 feet.
Especially once per day.
Yeah, once a day.
That's actually pretty good.
That is a good one.
It just doesn't die, just only useful once a day. And the warriors was like against fear or something.
Yeah, if you were going to be affected by fear or panic, it's shaken instead.
Okay.
Because fear and panic are really bad shakens.
Okay, so if we're going to stay here 2 days, I will use Read Magic, and there were 2 scrolls, right?
There were
3 scrolls. Okay, well, I should be able to do 3.
I mean, can you actually read them though?
I don't know if they're not.
Yeah, I'm wondering how read magic. I know you can't recognize them if they're not in your spell group.
You can decipher magical inscriptions on objects, books, scrolls, weapons, and the like that would otherwise be unintelligible. The deciphering does not normally invoke the magic contained in the writing, although it may do so in the case of a cursed or trapped scroll. Furthermore, once the scroll is cast and you have read the magical inscriptions, you are therefore able to read that particular writing without recourse to the use of read magic. You can read at the rate of 1 page, 250 words per minute. The spell allows you to identify a glyph of warding with a DC 13 spellcraft check, a greater glyph of warding, DC 16 spellcraft, or symbol spell.
I think we need to see.
Read magic can be made permanent. Permanent spell.
Yeah, they'll let you read it.
At least I would know what it was. Whether or not I could actually cast it or not would be another.
Well, then that would, I mean, using a scroll is like using any other magic device at that point.
Yeah.
The spell must be the correct type. And the user, okay, so you can read it, but to activate it, it does have to be the right type and on your class list.
Okay.
So you will be able to read them, but you will not be able to cast them.
Well, at least I can find out what they are.
So, one of them is a scroll of Fox's Cunning, and the other 2 are scrolls of Remove Paralysis.
Oh, hey. Is she paralyzed?
I'm not sure. Possible.
Those are super cleric.
Yeah.
Well, definitely the Remove Paralysis. I think Fox's Cunning is
Wizard.
Ranger spell?
Wizard, Sorcerer, might be Ranger.
Fox's Cunning gives you higher...
Wisdom. Bard, Sorcerer, Wizard.
So you can use them.
Yeah.
Well, the Fox's Cunning,
Fox's
but
Cunning.
Yeah.
not the.
Yeah, Remove Paralysis is Cleric Paladin.
Yeah, we don't know what this.
What did I tell you my first character concept was?
Paladin. It's okay.
Oh, depressing.
I love Paladins.
I do too.
Almost all.
I really like 5th edition paladins,
Yeah.
especially Oath of Vengeance. So much damage.
I love Paladins. I love playing them right. There's so much
Did
fun
you
to
want
play.
that scroll?
Huh?
Did you
The
want
Fox Cunning?
Yeah.
I mean, I could try to
Sure.
transcribe it.
Write it down.
You're the only one that can actually use it, so you
Yeah.
may
I
as
use
well
it,
take
so
it.
I'm just gonna scratch it off my list. You scratch it onto your inventory. Now that I've successfully figured out all the games.
I can also help out on those days and use some of my 0 level spells and create some water
Oh,
for people.
yeah. That's great.
That's probably super useful.
Yeah.
You can also probably do some mending work and
Yeah.
fixing stuff that's being used
Yep. This is how
that
it's
isn't being used for firewood.
Yeah.
But for the other guy who woke up, giving him some time to kind of heal up and
Okay.
Think about his
then,
life.
yeah, think about his life for a moment.
Where we're
and
at
then
now.
talk about, and then I will go talk to him. I want to specifically ask him about Oliver.
About Oliver.
Over.
I want to separate him from the other one. The woman.
It's not like she's gonna talk to him.
She can still.
Are you afraid she's gonna give him shifty eyes?
Yes.
I'm gonna see if there's any specifics.
Were they
What
both
would do.
loyal to him?
Yes.
They both appear to be members of his cult or whatever it is that he's got going on. They are both dressed in very similar dirty yellow robish type garments.
I mean, that could just mean they pee themselves.
It could be. It could be that they just peed themselves.
They could be wearing white clothes, they just peed themselves and now they're yellow.
Or they could be imitating their master, who's the tavern man.
He watches you warily as you approach.
Sure. I give him some water.
He turns his head away, doesn't trust whatever you're doing.
Pretty sharp my swords. Oh, she's done her interrogation.
Well, it's
Look in the back.
2 days. I'll do like a cure light wounds and make him feel a little bit better. I'm not here to harm. I'm here. I just need more information.
Okay.
I put mushrooms in random shit.
Good for you.
Everybody else likes them. Where's your friend?
I have your friends.
Sure you do. What about the woman who was with you there in that room where we found you?
I don't know. She's not my friend.
She's not your
I have
friend.
friends.
What about Oliver? Is he your friend?
He took my friends.
He took your friends.
I don't hear him anymore.
You don't hear him anymore. But everybody else says that they hear him.
No, my friends. He took them. I don't hear them.
I see.
I don't have any friends.
Those friends, they used to talk to you? Yeah.
That's what friends do.
And he took them away.
Mm-hmm.
That must make you angry.
Stupid dreams.
What kind of dreams do you have?
Terrible dreams. Tattered man's chasing me. Killing my friends.
I've had that dream too, and he killed my friends too.
He's bad.
I agree. What do you think what would you do to stop him?
Can't stop him. Can't get out. He's everywhere.
Can't get out of the asylum?
Can't get out. It's all the mist. He's everywhere.
Yeah.
He'll get you.
I know, it seemed every time you tried to run away from him in the dream, the mist always got you. Yeah.
Has hands.
Has
and
hands.
Mouths. And it bites.
It bite you? It bite your friends?
Took them away.
Well, I'd like to help you get your friends back.
I don't know if you can. Tattered man killed him.
Well, maybe at the very least, I can't get them back, but maybe we can make the tattered man go away.
I don't know. He's everywhere.
He's got to have some kind of a weakness, don't you think?
He might. Everything has a weakness.
Exactly. What about Oliver? What do you know about him? Is he friends with the tattered man?
He is. He brought the tattered man.
He brought the tattered man. Oliver, does he know magic?
I think
Yeah.
so.
That would make sense. Why would he want to bring the tattered man here, do you think? You knew Oliver, right?
He stayed in his own room. He got a special room.
Special.
They all liked him.
The doctors, you mean?
Yeah.
What do you think made him so special?
I don't know.
Think maybe it was the magic?
Probably.
Were there
The
any?
doctor liked him.
Were there any other magic users that were here in the asylum?
Everybody said they had magic. They're all lying. They're all crazy.
Well, yeah.
That's why they're all here.
But he had magic for reals,
Maybe.
maybe. Imagine if he brought the tattered man here, he'd have to be pretty powerful. So what were the doctors doing with Oliver? He was so special. What was his, what kind of experiments did they?
I don't know. He got to eat his own meals and he got his own room and special treatment from the doctor. He spent most of his day with her. It wasn't fair.
What kind of things did they experiment on you at all?
They tried. They were just trying to make the voices stop. My friends go away.
And they couldn't.
No.
But the tattered man made them go away.
Tattered man killed them all.
So they were trying to use something to cure madness. And it worked. It just had an unfortunate side effect.
So that guy's completely sane?
His voices are gone. That doesn't mean he's sane. He's still damaged.
Wonder, yeah, what would it do to a person who honestly believed the voices were their friends and then you took them all away?
That might break him in a completely different
It's
way.
in a different way, yes.
You go from multiple personality dissociative order to who the hell knows what.
Imagine being alone after living in a room full of yelling voices for your entire life. I
Yeah.
imagine that would be pretty,
Silence would drive you.
yeah, maddening.
It would be maddening. Well, I'll tell him I'll be your friend.
Oh no, all my friends keep dying.
Well, people keep randomly shooting me, so I can try to stay along, but I can't make any. I can try to stay around, but I can't make any promises. But I can certainly try. I don't plan on dying. How about that?
Tattered man gets them all.
I'm gonna get the tattered man. What do you think of that? Pop a cap in his ass.
I believe I am the only person that popped a cap in his ass. And it wasn't a very big cap at that point.
You tried. Right? We all tried. Well, I'm gonna figure out what his weakness is, and I'm gonna figure this out, and we're gonna get out of here. The tattered man is going down.
I know my friends again.
You can have your friends again. We'll see if we can't make that happen.
You satisfied?
What's his name? I made a friend. He doesn't have one.
Thomas.
Thomas. My friend. My dissociative friend, Thomas.
He's not dissociative anymore.
I know. Ex-dissociative.
He may be borderline sociological though. But he had some problems with interacting with the rest of society.
Well, he's gonna have some problems. All right. He doesn't know anything else about Oliver? Did he keep any books or anything? Or any journals? Did the doctor keep any books or journals? Or
We had a journal.
we had a journal.
It only had 2 pages that were noteworthy.
There's records all over in the books and records rooms and papers everywhere. They're meaningless. They're just words on paper.
Did Oliver have a favorite place in the asylum? Someplace that he might go to hide? Or a favorite place? Maybe he wouldn't be hiding. Maybe it's just his favorite place. Where would he go? I don't think so either.
Oh.
But this guy knows Oliver, so if you were Oliver, where would you go?
Like, where is this? Back to my room. I'm special. I have my own room. The doctor's office.
Oh, we were already in the
Maybe
doctor's
it's
office.
Maybe it's there.
There were like 4 more doors in that hallway to be explored.
I know, but if I can figure out what's inside one of those doors, potentially.
Where is that card?
You weirdos.
Staring at the table.
I know they are. Sure, right there. Must be a bug or something. Weird.
I think it's right. I'm just double checking
Okay.
that it's the right location so I can tell you what he thinks. Yeah, that looks right. This is, he's upstairs, and I believe yeah, he's got his own place. He gets a special place upstairs.
Okay.
There was a stairwell in
That big
the room that was the big lobby type room with a desk in it.
Yeah.
There's a stairwell in there.
Well, do we want to go back and search those other rooms?
Yeah, because we need more patience back there that we needed.
Oh, you mean in the where the woman was?
Yeah.
That stairwell is like a second floor library.
Oh, okay. All right.
It was
that
over
wasn't.
there.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So we need to just keep. We need to. So we rest here a couple days and then head back out. Back to where we were. Yes. Okay.
In that room with the broken furniture and the racks.
Well, in the hallway with the broken lanterns.
Okay, in the hallway with the broken light.
So we went to the first door on the left. Now we want to do the first door on the right.
Okay.
Whoa. What?
What? We didn't really search the first door on the left.
Well, that's
Just
true. We
pulled
didn't
people
search
out.
the room. We need to search the room.
Okay.
You're right.
It's been a couple of days, so somebody could come in and move stuff, but
So back in that room, there's another door. So you enter that room from the door on the south wall. There's another door on the south wall a little further down. There's all the broken furniture and racks. Everybody go ahead and give me perception checks.
Whoa.
Really?
it's
It's an 11.
a 19, 20 for traps.
9.
Okay. Druid,
Mm-hmm.
you find 2 vials, and you recognize both of these because they're alchemical. You find 2 vials of silver sheen and an oil of a line weapon.
Of a lined weapon?
A line weapon.
What aligns your weapon to an alignment to do damage
Is that what it does?
to its opposite alignment. Yeah, so like
Yeah, that
you
makes
make your
sense.
weapon good to hurt evil things.
really just an oil to do that?
I have no idea. I made all that
You
up.
made all of it up?
I literally made all that up like that here.
That doesn't.
You bullshitted. What, you rolled like 20 on a bluff there.
I just bullshitted both of you. That was awesome.
I was like, really?
That seems a little bit OP, but whatever.
Would it really funny if I was right?
Right.
Yeah.
That's what's gonna be really funny.
What would it be under? Chemical items, what if it's over there?
Okay.
Well, it's not your basic alchemical.
Alright, so magic oils are similar to potions, except that oils are applied externally.
Okay, well, I'm assuming it functions like the spell Align Weapon.
It does.
So Align Weapon makes a weapon chaotic, evil, good, or lawful. You choose. The weapon is aligned, can bypass the damage reduction of certain characters.
Wow.
It still has no effect on the weapon that is already aligned. It already has an alignment.
No shit.
I'm so good at this game.
I mean, it did say
You can't cast a spell on a natural weapon, such as an unarmed strike. When you make a weapon, all those, Align Weapon is all of those, respectively. So
Alright.
there's also a communal version. Any number of weapons touched.
So what does Silver Sheen do?
This shimmering paste-like substance can be applied to a weapon as a standard action. It gives the weapon the properties of alchemical silver
Really?
So anti-werewolf.
for 1 hour,
1 hour.
replacing the properties of any other special material it might have.
Interesting. Good to know. This is stuff.
Are you gonna write this down?
I got 'em, yeah.
Okay. I just bullshitted and was right.
You did.
I've
Good
done
job.
the best.
Right there.
Okay.
Alright. Other than that, the room is just, like I said, it looks like it's where they store personal effects for all the patients.
Okay.
I'm assuming those were probably like in the chest or something that you just.
Chests and racks and lockers.
Is there anything with Thomas's name on it?
Yeah, perception check.
I say, are there names at all on these?
Names and numbers.
15.
Yeah, you find a cabinet. All of the personal effects in Thomas's cabinet looks like they belong to a child. A couple of toys, some small clothing.
I'm gonna put those in my bag.
Jacking Thomas's stuff.
No, I'm gonna give it to him when I return. He's my friend.
They're child's toys?
Yes,
And he's a.
an adult. Yes.
Okay.
Which makes you wonder if some of his personalities weren't
They might be children.
children at one point. Maybe they called the wrong personality.
Or that would be interesting, wouldn't it?
We killed the other personalities, but the actual personality is the one we killed, not the.
Okay.
Okay.
That would be interesting.
That the child is the one that's left in the fully grown man's body.
Could be.
Or he's been here for years.
He could have been here for years. Okay. So you said there was another door in this room?
There is.
Let's explore that door.
She wants to explore it.
Okay.
I mean, it's on
No, I want
her.
the rogue to do it.
Oh! Oh!
Yeah.
I do. This is like standard operating procedure for Marcus as a rogue. Like, listen, I hear noises cracking a little bit to see if I can actually hear.
Don't hear anything. Okay, it opens into the hallway that you guys were in before.
Oh, so it's like,
Yep.
okay.
You entered on the
So
south wall.
the
of that door.
double left is one
okay.
big room.
Okay.
Got it. Brain was not
so
connecting those two.
The two doors on the left are all to the same room.
To this,
Correct.
that locker room, essentially, storage area.
So we just need to do the two doors on the right, which are probably the same way. Maybe.
Maybe.
Well, do you want to do the one closest from where we came, or?
I would like to do the first door on the right.
Okay.
Okay. So you're gonna listen at that door.
Yes.
Let's see if you hear anything.
I said okay, so my phone was like, "What do you want me to do?"
It's like, what, you want me?
Yeah, you don't get too close before you start to hear somebody beating against, it sounds like a wall or a piece of good furniture.
Patient.
Somebody is beating on something in this room very loudly.
No, I bring the artillery crew up and
Are we gonna do the open door
Right.
and flare individuals in the room like we normally do?
No, I'm gonna open a door and see if they notice.
Okay. I'll be ready
And if
when
they
flare.
notice, that's when you flare.
Okay.
This is another scroungy, mangy person in yellow robish-like garment beating against a door across the room.
Like with his hands or?
Oh, he's got a large piece of a table leg, it looks like.
Why do these people keep wielding table legs?
It's free weaponry.
Yes.
And they're
The mental.
mental patients.
Mhm.
And so they're not allowed to have stuff.
All right.
So the first chance of freedom, you take whatever loot you can get, and that's
Right.
table legs.
Their
So-
back is to you, and they are beating against a door.
There's more
Or
than
the
one.
person, they.
Huh?
Singular they.
That,
Singular
They
they.
are.
Okay.
The royal day.
we haven't genderfied this because we don't do that.
Or they. Yeah.
There's not like a mirror or anything nearby.
Okay. No, this is, let me get you a description of this room.
And
This is the handles of dozens of drawers frown from the faces of numerous magic cabinets. Many of the drawers are open and their contents, volumes worth of straight parchments, blanket the floor. And so when you enter the room, on the right-hand wall, there's a door. There's a person standing at that door beating on it with a table leg.
is it possible for me to quietly step in behind and smackaroo to the back?
It is certainly within the realm of possibility. And the person is beating on a door. As you enter the room, they do not seem to notice you.
The hilt of
Okay.
your
Go ahead
sword
and
in
give
the
me
back of the head.
an attack.
18?
Definitely hit.
1.
Okay. Give me a, well, did hit him. Okay. You do not knock them down, but you do stun them. And you have surprise.
And I can roll my sneak attack dice too.
Technically, that was a sneak
Yeah.
attack.
He also rolled a 1.
All right. So,
2!
so now, this person is
Can't take it
completely surprised because they didn't expect to get hit in the back of the head. Okay, so go ahead and everybody is getting an action. You're right there, so go ahead and do it again.
Wow, let's
Oh,
just
we don't have to, no. No. Attacking.
17.
That's 20.
Nice. 17 hits, and your damage,
4.
and your sneak attack. You're still flanking, so.
10. I rolled 6 on that one.
And that is also a subdual.
Yeah.
Butt clocking. Alright, and you?
7.
7 damage from a crossbow bolt, I'm guessing? Alright. Yeah, the subdual damage, including the crossbow bolt to the side, this person collapses to the floor.
Alright.
Alright,
We can drag him back?
time up.
Do a search the room
Let's
first?
search the room first so we don't waste your
Okay.
time. Is this room run the entire length of the hall like
Like the
glass?
other one?
No.
Oh, okay.
See, that's what you get for making assumptions. Rob is-
This room, you don't find anything of interest. The floor's just, like I said, covered in papers.
Just in,
The only other thing is the locked door.
what are like the papers? Are they just
Most of them seem to be patient records.
patient records?
Yeah.
Really? I'm gonna sift through them and try to find.
Thomas's?
No.
Or what's his nuts? Oliver?
Yeah.
No, I mean,
Over.
I'll sift through them and see if I can find any kind of like, is there anything that's like nefarious about these experiments that they're doing on these individuals by picking them up and reading them?
You don't
or-
find anything here about Ulver. As you are searching, though, you do find, over the course of several minutes, you find 4 files that seem to describe the 4 of you.
No.
Yeah.
Definitely gonna take those.
Mm-hmm.
Put those in the backpack.
Where you actually find your names listed,
Cool.
and you find other, like, when you were sent here, which wasn't very long ago, about 2 weeks ago, 10 days ago.
10 days.
The circumstances of your committal are vague.
Shocked.
Yeah.
As are most of the other details.
I feel like they were just looking for test subjects and they were just taking anybody and saying there was something wrong with them. I do think that there were truly mental people here. My character's mental, so I could be here because of that, but
I could be considered paranoid delusion. Yeah, that's fine.
The only thing that is common about all 4 of yours is unexplained amnesia.
before we got here?
Interesting.
That is interesting. Hey guys, I found our paperwork. Apparently we've been here for like 10 days.
No. 2 10 days. 20.
Oh, 20. I didn't pick up on that.
It's the old English timetabling.
Because it was easier,
Okay.
much easier.
Right.
I'm like, I need to do the calendar for this world. Do I really want to do fractions of days? No.
Nope.
No.
Every week's 10 days, every month is 4 weeks, 40 days, 12 months. Here's how many days a week.
Got it.
Because I'm lazy like that.
Well, and based where you are in the prime, it may be more accurate.
Yeah.
Alright, so there's a locked door.
Yes, there is a locked door.
Do you guys want to go through the locked door or you want to take this guy back?
I'm kind of interested in what this guy was beating on the door about.
Was he beating on the locked door?
Uh-huh.
I'm kind of interested too.
Yeah, he was,
Keys.
he was trying to beat his way through a very thick oak door with a very not thick table leg. So yeah, he was not very
So
successful.
does this say like a disabled
tie him
device
up.
check?
Okay.
Like a disabled device?
You want to do a disabled device check?
Is that the proper skill for
That would be the
unlocking
proper
a door?
skill for disabling a lock, yes sir.
Sweet.
Or we could try to see if one of our keys works.
Sure.
I have a set, you have a set.
I have a key.
You have a key, I have a set of keys.
I have no keys.
Feel free.
You have a key from where?
I have the key from the lady, I thought.
The lady in the
Yes.
basement?
Yeah, which opened.
No,
Oh,
I have
that's
the
right,
key.
you gave the key, okay. Yes.
I have the basement lady keys.
Yeah.
I'll try the basement lady keys.
None of those open it.
Okay.
The one you
There's
have.
the other key.
Yes.
So the doctor's key.
Yes, the
is one I
doctor's key
have.
opens the lock.
Okay.
Okay.
Open that door.
You open that door, it opens into a small room, the walls of which are crowded and covered with filing cabinets, except for one space where a battered old painting of a somber, towering structure hangs.
Is the picture of the asylum?
No.
Is it that guy's castle?
I'll get you a description. Let me try. I just need to double check. Yes. Okay. All right. So the painting. The Druid painting was PC Moses. It doesn't appear to be anything you recognize.
Detect magic.
Really? You're gonna
Oh,
Touch
you
it, like
really,
Tyler
really,
in the.
really?
down here. But you're looking at the painting, yeah?
Yeah.
We'll see if it
Give me-
glows.
The painting does not glow, but anybody who is closely studying the painting, I need a perception check.
Wait for it.
I don't care about painting.
5.
You notice there are hinges on one side of the painting's frame. 2 small brass hinges.
I'm gonna point it out to him. Maybe we should, it looks like maybe something is behind this painting, like maybe a safe or something.
Oh.
I don't wanna move this painting. Let's check, can you check it for traps before we?
Sure.
Jeez.
I'll roll that for you,
You're
sir.
right over there.
Oh, but I rolled really bad.
You do not find any traps.
Sweet. Did you add my +1 for trap?
I did.
Okay.
Okay,
There are totally not any traps here that I found.
you gonna open it?
So you just asked me to find traps. I didn't find any traps.
All right, I'll open it.
Okay, you open it. And
It's
behind it, there is a hollow within the wall in which you find more papers, including this paper.
Jesus.
Patient record, Ulver,
Oh.
male human of
There's also a tiny lockbox.
age 47,
Is it locked?
It is.
last known home city of Barden Draco. Is that correct?
Mhm.
Committees 2, Flame Watch, 40AC, circumstances, transferred from Illander Sanitarium, Barden, attending doctor, Alessandro, exhibits complete withdrawal from society and an inability to care for himself in any of the most basic modes. The symptoms of his passive, antisocial, and chronically present as mutism and blankness frequently have night terrors, resulting in dramatic nocturnal outbursts, shouting, shaking, fear responses. He grasps the difference between sleep and wakefulness, and typically recovers from nightmares quickly. Treatment, therapy, antipsychotic regime, observation,
Water.
proves to be gifted,
I'm assuming that's what they did back
prolific,
then.
and a prolific
Probably.
artist.
Oh wow, that one's long.
He's enthusiastically taken to using a charcoal drawing set to create dramatic and fanciful works of art, typically of surreal architecture and skyscrapes. Is this painting that's on the wall, is it charcoal?
No, it is not.
'Cause that is my I draw, that's kind of my thing too,
Mhm.
so. Art calms him in the wake of a nightmare. He will be afforded basic supplies to continue his art therapy. It's kind of what my character does, art therapy keeps me calm.
There's also in there, so there's the lockbox in there, and a short sword and a crimson scabbard.
So like,
either one of those do that one?
The sword does.
Because it would, like when I use detect magic, it's a cone, and anything within that cone would shine.
Yep.
So unless I think the penguin will block magic.
maybe. Continue reading.
We'll just shut
A
the
shift
thing
has
or
occurred
shut that
in his
thing.
art.
Mm-hmm.
He has
Do I still see
repeatedly
the sword in
almost
that?
No, because you can't see
perfectly
it.
illustrated one of the ancient standing stones
They
situated
glow, but
at
it
the
doesn't give you
northwestern
extra vision.
corner of the asylum grounds. At the Isle shores are off limits
Does my key go?
to his patients. I do not
Can
believe
open
he's
the
ever
lockbox?
seen
Maybe
Uh,
the subject of his work.
Yes, the key they used to open the desk opens the lockbox.
Holy shit, this thing opens everything.
Has it?
How did you do that? How did you get a locksmith to do that?
How moles have taken an interest in him.
Who?
Moles has taken an interest in first his art and now the artist. Moles has become a repeat visitor, spending hours with my patient,
This is the
but
problem.
refuses to explain his interest. We need to know more about this guy. Moles.
We're gonna go torture a priest and find out more. I mean,
Does the priest work for Lols?
no, she was investigating the odd occurrences in his town.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
I'm not. I was tracking that correctly, right?
Yep.
And
She was
thought-
hired by somebody outside of the area
and
to investigate
in
strange occurrences.
Inquisition.
Yeah, they're inquisitors. Yeah.
Inquisitors.
All right, so yep, you
She
get
was
the lockbox.
investigating
So
heresy
he was drawing
in the
pictures
Imperium
of,
of Man.
basically he was drawing pictures of things he hadn't seen,
Yeah.
places he hadn't gone.
Yeah.
And like not just,
That were
it was
places
perfect.
in the world.
Yeah.
But not places.
None of his art is in here
No,
at
not
all with
in
the
here.
papers.
No.
Okay, lockbox.
Yep. So you got it open.
The key does open the lockbox.
The key
So
opens
open
the
the lockbox.
Okay. Inside the lockbox are 40 gold pieces. Divide as you will. There are.
Take all of them.
Let's split it up and we get out of here.
There are 6 pearls.
6 pearls.
Yep.
Are you writing this down?
No, you can write it. You open the lockbox.
You opened
Yep.
it.
From page 38.
Page 38.
Ooh. Page 38.
Okay.
And there is a card for the services of the Thrushmore offices of the Sleepless Detective Agency that prominently bears an accusatory eye.
I'm assuming.
Additionally, there was the outside of it, in the alcove, there was the short sword in a crimson scabbard. The pommel is sculpted in the shape of a cardinal, and an etched gold band bears the name Red Destiny.
So who wants the short sword? The
It,
sword has a name.
it has a name.
I'm gonna identify the short sword.
Okay. It is a short sword +2.
+2.
+2. Or as your character would denote it, better than a normal short sword by a factor of 2.
If I take it and unsheath it, it doesn't try to talk to me or nothing?
No.
So it's not intelligent.
Maybe you're just not the right person to talk to.
It's got a pretty high intelligence.
I agree. You have pretty high attributes, period.
It's true.
It's true. Well, who uses a short sword? Anybody?
Everybody can.
Yeah, I'm
I'm
sure.
pretty sure everybody can.
It's what, D6 +2? Or it'd be D6 +2, right?
Yeah.
Could be slightly better than a longsword.
Yeah.
Ish.
Well, what are you using?
I'm using a longsword. And
A what?
spells. Well, I have a longsword. And crossbow. And spells.
And spells.
And spells. And spells and spells.
And you can use it if you want.
I don't care. It's fine.
But
Wait,
you're a
Druid?
spear.
What?
Are you proficient in Trever?
I don't know if I can. Let me
Druid,
double
I don't
check.
think they use metal, do they?
Yeah.
Not metal armor.
Not metal armor.
I mean, I have a spear, so.
There's some.
And I guess it could be a
A
wooden
wooden
spear.
spear.
I mean, it could just be a pointy stick, to be honest.
It could,
A long pointy stick.
I wouldn't be surprised if my character.
In second edition,
Pointy stick.
the cool thing to do with Druid was spear someone through the leg and then cast warp wood on the spear.
Mm-hmm.
That's so fucked.
Yeah, it's pretty gruesome. It is really gruesome.
I didn't know if you guys did that. Or
Mhm.
It's just like the most terrible thing you can do to a person.
I don't know,
Oh,
I just
yeah.
remember Alan using Creeping Doom.
Alan used Creeping Doom a few times.
I'm also a fan of and this is something to keep in mind when you heal, if there is something in the wound, you have to take it out.
Yes, otherwise busy.
A lot of people forget
Club
that.
dagger
They're
dart.
like, I'm gonna drink a.
Quarterstaff, scimitar, scythe, sickle, short spear, sling, and spear.
Okay. I
Okay.
couldn't remember. It was pretty limited. Yeah. But a lot of characters forget. They're like, I'm gonna heal the arrow wounds before they take the arrow out. I'm like, great. Now you gotta get the arrow out, and they're healed around it. Good job.
Alright, well maybe it's a Derek character thing.
It's definitely not a Derek.
No, that's
No,
true.
it's
Yeah.
very not.
No.
Derek's character is definitely a great axe thing.
It's either
Okay,
going to be
that's
either him or me.
Yeah.
Mark. That's fine, whatever. Mark, it's yours.
You're gonna get more use out of it.
Yeah.
Okay.
It is your density.
Your red density.
My residency. Okay. I have to alter things in my character sheet.
Well, red destiny.
Did you name that?
No,
It's in there.
it's in there. I don't normally name weapons unless they're really important, so I was surprised this one had a name, and I'm like,
Yeah,
why-
they usually don't do something like
What's
that.
that name?
Yeah, they're not usually
model.
named unless
It does something.
it
Maybe it
does
was
something
named
or
by
it's
somebody who thought they were more important than, I'm gonna name my sword.
I guess.
I mean, yeah.
Okay.
It is a little over the top. It's in a red scabbard. It's got a red cardinal carved on it.
There's a lot of
And a
red involved.
destiny.
Well, do you want to do the other room then?
Yeah, it's most
On the
definitely.
right?
I wonder whose it was.
Oh, this is Lysandro's little safe.
Shit, that's true.
Must have been hers.
Cardinal,
How am I
yeah.
gonna carry this thing?
Huh? On your belt?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like a lot of short swords on one belt though.
Put the other one in your pack. You can strap to your pack.
That's true.
I mean, if you don't want it, I could carry it. Not a big deal.
It's well within reason to be able to carry
A couple of short
several.
swords.
Yeah. Tie it off to your pack.
Oh, man.
All right. It is 10 after. And you go to the next door, which actually seems to be blocked. You get it open just enough for some rubble and dust to fall into the hallway, but there is nothing really beyond it. It's totally locked.
Sure.
Let's see.
And then that just leaves the door at the end of the hall. Realistically.
I have a feeling it might be a stairwell.
It might be.
That's okay. So do we want to move on to that, or
Yeah,
Call
I
it
think so.
At least look in there and see what.
Just to see what it is. If it's a room, then we can quickly
Sure.
investigate it. If it's like a stairwell, we'll be like, okay, noted.
all right? So you get to the door at the end of the hall.
Great.
Oh, gross.
He does the listening thing.
Okay, while you're listening to it, give me a perception check.
Sure. 21.
Okay, as you get close to listen, you see droplets, beads of blood seeping through the cracks in the door and running down the door, all the way from the top down. And then you notice it in the dim dark. You didn't notice it before because it's dark in the hallway, but you're standing in a little pool of blood coming from under the door.
Room full of dead body. How did it get up?
So he doesn't hear anything?
No, you actually don't.
Because everything inside is dead. And get blood out.
How did it get all the way to the top of the door?
I know. And how is it seeping through the door? Like through the grains of the door? Is that?
Through the seams, so the door is made up
Yeah.
of planks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, seeping between the planks of wood. Take a lot of pressure to push fluid through planks of the door.
Well, I don't think. I'm not sure.
It's the worst if we got in there.
I don't know. I could throw a dart at the door. See if anything happens.
The what?
Alert the things behind it.
Yeah.
Well,
We went over the thing behind it. We just opened the door.
I'm just saying,
Are you
maybe
just-
it's
are you worried
a
again?
construct like that
Are you worried
eyeball
about covered in
thing.
blood? Is that what you're
No,
worried about?
no, I don't care. Just open the door then.
Let me double check that this is actually the way they're going with this.
It could be another one of those like construct things.
Like the eyeball.
I'm wondering. But it's on the door. In case we can get it directly.
Okay, alright, good. I was like, this is not going to actually make sense if they did what I thought they did. I'm like, there's no way this could be what I thought it was. Alright, so you're going to open the door?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And try to handle the door is
Lock.
I have keys.
let's see. None of the keys you have actually work on this door.
Now you
I
can-
don't think. Let me double check this right here. No, none of the keys you have work on this door.
You do your disable device.
Or we go back. Is there another direction we haven't gone yet?
I can't remember.
From the main, actually back in the main room, the entry hall, there was some doors you didn't check. If you had traveled further down.
Okay.
I mean, this could be
You want to check those first?
places that have keys to this door specifically.
Okay.
Other than that, is there anything that we noticed that we missed?
Not that you can recall, no.
Okay. We'll put a pin in this door for the moment then.
Okay.
Backtrack to those other places that we missed.
Okay.
Missed/walk by.
I do need to, so.
And we'll take this agent back
Couple
to.
of days.
I mean, it's going to go back there
Yeah.
quite a way, so we may as well lug this guy back
Yeah.
with us. And by we, totally not.
Some of you, I almost forgot. There you go, 557. All of you but the lizard man.
Because he's not here.
Remember. No, he's resting. He was really seriously wounded. Back when you guys found the heap of dead bodies,
We never reference that again.
well, there was a sort of time delay.
Is that like a little mini tiny dice?
Yes, there was a
Tiniest D4
there was a small
D6.
there was a pirate I can't remember the name of it now. There was a pirate ship building game. You bought the packs and you punched them out, put the little ships together, and it was actually like a miniature war game with ships. And it used dice for it used those dice for its mechanics. Each pack came with one of those. I actually have a thing at home full of those.
Cool.
But I threw 2 of them in here.
I'm a big fan of that. I like dice.
Somebody gave Lana a couple little tiny ones
Yeah.
like that at Yoga.
Also have
I wish I was a kid who went to Gen Con.
these
You know-
dice are also some of my more unusual ones. This one's fun when I get to roll this one. My
What do you
exponential
mean?
die.
Use that for?
When I'm really mean, exponential die 6
Yeah. That's awesome.
and a 30, which they didn't. 30-sided dice not terribly common, and that
No.
stupid die 6. He rolls weird.
The weird round D6.
Yeah. So. Okay. So this is going to be the first day of this for everybody.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Shayra, you have taken 2 dex damage
What?
and 3 constitution damage.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
And this will be the first day I'm going to need fortitude save.
I don't like any of this.
No?
7.
Okay, we'll go another day. Gravin, you take 1 dex damage and 3 con damage. And go ahead and give me a fortitude save.
It was 2 dex and 3 con for me,
Yes.
right?
Okay,
6.
go another day. Cyrcen, you take 1 dex damage and 3 con damage. Give me a fortitude save.
How much dex damage?
Oh, god damn it.
You get the same thing.
3.
Okay, we're gonna go another day. Okay.
What is the what's the nature? What's
Give me a heal
causing
check.
that shit?
Roll off, please. Oh my god.
Can I try again?
Yes.
Like I'm assuming I'm like, what the shit, man?
Yeah, you guys start like, let's see, what's the,
That's a 15.
let's see if that gives me a description. 15?
15. 18.
Okay. Based on the symptoms, which it doesn't give me, I wish it did, you all seem to have contracted filth fever, which affects your, it makes you, well, I'm going to go based on the ability damage. It gives you the shakes, disorienting fever, and nausea.
Sweet. Filth fever.
Filth fever. That's from climbing through the pile of
Dead body.
rotting corpses.
Sweet deal. I knew that was a bad idea, but there was no other way out.
So, okay, you do know that filth fever eventually goes away on its own once your body expels all of the things it needs to get rid of, but it can also usually be cured by, what can be? There's some potions that can cure disease. I think antitoxins just for poison.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you're gonna need some disease curative stuffs. All right, so one of you dragged the guy back to the chapel, yeah?
Yeah,
Okay. Who was it? Was it all of you?
I did.
Okay.
I think I have the highest strength.
And where the rest of you go back to the main room, or go with it?
Well, I think we all go together.
Okay.
Okay.
We know split party.
Yeah.
Okay.
We need a split party.
Splitting the party's probably not a good idea. Okay, well, strangely enough, they didn't give her any way of help.
Let me put my shocked face on the fence.
But she can tell something is wrong.
Yeah. You don't feel good.
Yeah, it's pretty evident. You guys are pretty pale, shaken when you get back. You're looking for the nearest bucket to expel lots of fluids from the body.
There's a courtyard up there.
Yeah. And she suggests that you guys stay until you feel better.
Yeah, I think that's probably a good wise choice.
I agree.
So that is probably a good place to cut it.
Sure is.